this video, I'm going to be talking about Violin 2 of Ray's theme. So starting right at the beginning here, we have a long black line with a 4 over top. So what that means is we are going to be counting 4 full measures of rest. And the way that I like to do that is like this. I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, and then I'd start playing at measure 5. The reason I do it that way is that I'm keeping track of the measures that I've counted already. I find if you're just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, it becomes a little bit easier to get lost. You lose track of how many measures it is. So by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, you're keeping track of the measures as you go. So starting at measure 5, we know that we're going to be playing with a squish 2 here because we're in the key of C major. So on our A, our E, and our D string, all of our second finger notes will be squish 2s. So instead of on the tape, slide it back here right next to your first finger. We also have a back one on E, which is all the way back here because this is F sharp, and we know we have no sharps in this key signature, so it has to be back here. Alright, so starting right at measure 5, we start on an A squish 2, and I'm going to play from 5 to 13. Okay, I'm going to go through the notes with you. So we start on the squish 2, 1, squish 2, open A, 1, 2, and then the same pattern, squish 2, 1, 2, open A, 1, squish 2, open A, 1, 2, 3, 4, up bow, 1, 2, 3, G1, 1, up, bow, down. So measure 11, the rhythm is a little bit off. It'll feel awkward. We start on a quarter note, and then we have a half note, and then 2 quarter notes tied together, another half note, and another 2 quarter notes tied together. So essentially, those tied quarter notes are half notes as well. So this is how it'll feel and count. Measure 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Again, measure 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Alright, so I'm going to skip until measure 14. So we're playing open A, squish 2, A, and then we go down to the D string with a squish 2, and then in that case there is a sharp on our F sharp there. So instead we're going to slide our second finger from the squish 2 position up to the tape. So I'm going to play from measure 13 until measure 19 at real tempo so you have an idea of what it'll sound like. So I'm starting at 13 on this G1. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's break it down. Starting at measure 14, we have 2 beats of rest before we play this. So if you hear it with the other parts, this is after, it's like a fugue. Okay, so open A, squish 2, A, 2, 3, squish 2 on D, slide it up to regular 2, A, squish 2, A, 3, A. So again at measure 14, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, squish 2, regular 2, A, squish A, 3, A. Okay, measure 19, we're back to a squish 2 because we have a natural sign. And it's a dotted half note, so 3 beats. Squish 2 on D. 1, 2, 3, G, 3, open D. 2, 3, 4, D, 1, 2, 3, G, 3, G, 2, 2, 3, 4, G, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, open D. 25, D1, open D, D1, G3, D, squish, regular 2, 1, squish 2 on A, 1, 2, open A, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 25, 26, and 27 are pretty straightforward. I'm going to start at measure 28, where our rhythm is a little bit different. So we have a half note tied to an eighth note. So there will be 2 quarter notes in your half note, and then as you get to that eighth note, that is the beginning of beat 3. D1 is the last eighth note of beat 3. So this is what it'll sound like at real tempo, just at measure 28 here. One, 2, 3. So nice and slow now. A1, squish 2, D1, open A, squish 2, 3. Again. 1, 2, squish 2, D1, open A, squish 2, 3. A little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. Again. All right. Measure 30, we start on an open D. Also, our key signature has changed here to have a B flat. So anytime that we have our first finger on the A string, it'll be in the back 1 position over here. All right. Measure 30, open D. Squish 2, G1, open D, G3, open A, 2, 3, rest, D3, squish 2, 1, squish 2, open D, 2, 3, 4, 1, D, A3, D3. Okay, I'm going to play that at real tempo so you have an idea of what it should sound like, starting at 30. 4, 1. D, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All right, measure 35. Here we have those half notes tied to the eighth notes again, so you have to count to 3 and then jump to the eighth note. So this is what it'll sound like in real time. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to break it down. Open D. 2, 3. 1, squish, open D, squish 2. 1, open D. 2, 3, 1, squish G, 1, squish 2 on D. Okay, and this is what it sounds like at tempo. 1, 2, 3. Squish. 1, open D. 2, 3. Here's our back one on A. 2, 3, third finger. 3, squish 2. Back 1 on E. A3. E, back 1. 1, open E, back 1, A3. E, squish 2, open A. Okay, and 41 at tempo. Okay, so that's where violin 2 ends, and then you have 5 measures of rest until everyone else is done as well. So when you're playing that, you would not relax after. You would sit with your violin up and wait until everyone is done with your eyes on the conductor. Okay guys, that is violin 2 for Ray's theme. Happy practicing!